Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, October 24th, 2025.
Good morning. Another great day here.
Absolutely. And we've got some really interesting tech shifts to unpack today. Stuff that touches everything from, believe it or not, your mattress to, well, the future of finance.
It's quite the range. And speaking of today, here in Sacramento, we're starting with some patchy fog, but that should burn off pretty quick. Mostly sunny skies expected, high around 72 degrees.
Oh, nice. Perfect fall weather.
Definitely. And nationally, just a quick heads up, there's a threat for some severe thunderstorms, maybe flash flooding down in the southern U.S.
Okay.
And the Pacific Northwest is getting hit with one of those atmospheric rivers. So, a bit more active elsewhere.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully things stay calm here. Now, how about the markets? We ended Thursday on a positive note, right?
We did, yeah. Things look pretty upbeat. The Dow Jones finished up 282.76 points. That's a solid 0.60% gain.
Nice.
And the S&P 500 also climbed, added 18.52 points, so up 0.27%. Even Bitcoin got in on the action, up about $609, a 0.55% increase. So, yeah, a pretty good end to the trading week, it seems.
Good way to head into the weekend. Now, before we dive into today's stories, a quick shout out to our sponsor, Old Glory.
Right, Old Glory. They're fantastic for music and sports fan merchandise. Really iconic stuff.
And, you know, if you're already thinking about holiday gifts, maybe for that techie friend who's hard to shop for.
Yeah, definitely check them out. They have some genuinely fun and unique items.
Head over to oldglory.com. Use the promo code SNARFUL, that's SNARFUL at checkout, and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's oldglory.com. Great deal.
Okay, so let's get into our first story, and this one. Well, it highlights some really kind of bizarre real-world problems when our fancy tech depends completely on the cloud.
Yeah, this involves that big AWS outage from earlier in the week. Amazon Web Services went down, and it caused, let's just say, a nightmare for people with 8 sleep pod systems.
Right, these high-end smart mattress covers, they're not cheap, are they?
Not at all. They start around $2,000, plus you have to pay a subscription like $17 a month or more, just for the main features like temperature control.
Wow. And the whole point is like perfect personalized sleep.
That's the promise. But when AWS went down,
yeah,
well, those promises kind of evaporated.
Because the beds need the cloud to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100% reliant on cloud connectivity for commands. So when the servers went offline, the beds basically just froze. Or worse.
Yeah, I saw some of the stories on Reddit and X. Pretty wild.
Wild and, frankly, unacceptable for something marketed as health tech. We saw people saying their beds were stuck fully inclined, really uncomfortable positions.
Okay, that's annoying. But it got worse, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. The temperature control failures were the really scary ones.
Yeah.
One person claimed their side of the bed just cranked itself up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit.
What? 110?
Yep. And they said it wouldn't turn down. Just stuck there making their bed sweltering was the word they used.
That's actually dangerous. Imagine paying all that money for something that tries to roast you because a server failed somewhere else.
It really highlights the vulnerability, doesn't it? You buy this expensive hardware, but its basic function depends on an external service you have zero control over.
And others had the opposite issue, like getting too cold.
Right. Another user, someone who follows a strict no screens in the bedroom rule overnight, woke up freezing. Had to put on a sweater because the bed was stuck on a low temp. And without the app connecting to the cloud, they couldn't adjust it. Just basic comfort gone.
So what happened? Did the company respond?
They did. And this is maybe the silver lining. The CEO, Matteo Franceschetti, he apologized publicly and, apparently responding to complaints they've had for years about this exact vulnerability.
Finally listened.
Seems like it. They quickly committed to and actually shipped an update called Outage Mode.
Outage Mode. Okay, what does that do?
It's the fail-safe they should have had all along, really. It lets the app connect directly to the pod using Bluetooth locally.
Bypassing the cloud entirely.
Exactly. So even if AWS or their own servers go down, you can still do the basics.
Yeah.
Control the temperature, turn the thing on or off, flatten the base if it's inclined.
It's kind of shocking that you wasn't there from day one, isn't it? For something that expensive and that, essential to your sleep.
Totally agree. It's a huge lesson for the whole Internet of Things industry. If you're selling expensive hardware, especially for health or basic home functions, it needs local control, period. You're buying the device, not just renting access to a server.
Well said. We need control over our beds, and maybe even more so when AI starts remembering everything about us. Which brings us neatly to our second story.
Right. Microsoft is giving its Copilot AI a pretty major makeover. They're trying to make it more personal, more collaborative, almost like a teammate.
Moving beyond just answering questions, then.
Way beyond. First, big thing, Copilot Groups.
Groups. Like multiple people using it together.
Yeah. Up to 32 people, friends, study buddies, work colleagues, can all be in the same Copilot session, collaborating with the AI.
32. That sounds like chaos.
Huh? Yeah, maybe. Microsoft apparently thinks most groups will be smaller, like 2 or 3 people collaborating.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And while it's rolling out for consumers first, you can immediately see the potential for work, right? Imagine this built into Microsoft 365, the AI actively participating in your team meetings.
Yeah, synthesizing notes, suggesting actions. I can see that. But you said more personal, too.
Oh, yeah. They're adding an optional conversation style called Real Talk mode.
Real talk. What does that mean? The AI gets sassy.
Kinda. It's designed to adapt to your tone, but also, importantly, to add its own perspective.
Its own perspective, so it'll argue with me.
Well, maybe challenge assumptions is the term they use. It might offer different viewpoints, be witty, or even, yes, respectfully push back if it thinks information is incorrect.
Huh, okay. That's a shift. From assistant to sparring partner.
Or maybe just a more engaged thought partner. That brings up trust, obviously.
Yeah, if it's challenging me, I need to know why, and I need to trust its reasoning, and how does memory fit in?
That's the other huge piece. To be a real teammate, it needs memory. So Copilot is getting long-term memory, meaning it will remember things about you across different conversations, appointments you mentioned, project details, maybe even like your anniversary if you told it.
Whoa, okay, that sounds potentially useful, but also kind of creepy. How much does it remember? And who controls that?
That's the crucial part. Microsoft seems very aware of the privacy concerns here. They're building in strong user controls.
Like what?
You can see a clear, itemized list of everything Copilot remembers about you. No hidden data.
Okay, transparency is good.
And more importantly, you can delete things, delete individual facts, or even tell it using voice commands like, hey, Copilot, forget everything you know about my partner.
Really? Just tell it to forget stuff.
Yep. Or forget my travel plans from last month. That level of granular control seems absolutely essential if we're going to be comfortable with AI getting this personal.
Okay, that does make me feel a bit better. Control is key.
And they're even giving it a face, sort of. There's a new optional visual avatar called Miko.
Miko?
Yeah.
Like, Clippy's grandchild. Please tell me it's not Clippy.
No, they're describing it as a modern, human-centered character. It apparently shows expressions, reacts visually, and can act as a voice-enabled tutor in a new Learn Live mode.
A tutor. Okay, so less annoying paperclip, more helpful animated guide.
That seems to be the goal. It all points to this big shift,
Yeah.
AI isn't just a tool you call up anymore. It's becoming this persistent, personalized social partner.
Fascinating. From cloud-failed beds needing local control to AI needing memory control. Control seems to be the theme today.
It really does. And that connects to our final story, too, which is about bringing quantum computing closer to reality.
Yeah.
Using surprisingly normal hardware.
Quantum computing. Okay, that always feels like science fiction, but IBM's making real progress.
Big progress, yeah. It's less sci-fi, more practical steps now. The main challenge with quantum computers is that qubits, the basic information units, are super unstable and prone to errors.
Right, error correction is the big hurdle.
Exactly. IBM's been working on complex algorithms to fix these errors, and the huge news is they successfully ran one of these key error-correcting algorithms in real time.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. They ran it on standard, commercially available chips made by AMD, specifically FPGAs.
FPGAs, field programmable gate arrays. I know those. They're not exotic quantum hardware, are they?
Not at all. Think of them like flexible, reconfigurable chips. You can program them with software. They're way cheaper and easier to get than building custom quantum-specific silicon.
So running quantum error correction on those chips, that's a big deal.
It's a massive deal. IBM's quantum VP, Jay Gambetta, basically said, this proves the approach works on hardware that isn't ridiculously expensive.
It lowers the cost barrier.
Dramatically.
Yeah.
And it was fast, too, 10 times faster than they even needed it to be. This really accelerates their timeline for building a truly fault-tolerant quantum computer, which they're calling Starling, aiming for 2029.
So using off-the-shelf-ish hardware makes that 2029 goal much more realistic.
Precisely. It bypasses potentially years of waiting for specialized, expensive hardware development.
Okay, but is this still just lab stuff, or is it doing anything useful today?
That's the other exciting part. It's already showing real-world value. They pointed to a recent project with the bank HSBC.
Okay.
They used IBM's current quantum processor combined with traditional computers, what IBM calls their hybrid, quantum-centric supercomputing approach.
Hybrid. Okay, so
Yeah.
mixing quantum and classical.
Right, and they applied it to a problem in algorithmic bond trading. Specifically, trying to better predict the likelihood that a particular trade would actually go through at the desired price.
Which is super important in high-speed trading, right? Small edges matter a lot.
Huge deal. And the results were impressive. Using the hybrid quantum classical method improved that prediction accuracy by up to 34% compared to just using the classical methods alone.
34%. Wow, in finance, that's enormous.
Yeah, HSBC actually called it a groundbreaking world first in bond trading. It really validates IBM's hybrid strategy.
So you don't need the perfect giant quantum computer of the future to get benefits now. You can start combining quantum strengths with today's computers.
Exactly. It shows the path from experiment to actual commercial application is happening now. And IBM is positioning itself for what McKinsey thinks could be like a $198 billion market by 2040.
Incredible. From beds to AI teammates to quantum breakthroughs on standard chips. Quite a day for tech news.
Definitely shows how fast things are moving.
Now, before we wrap things up, one more quick mention for our other sponsor, Scony.
Yes, Scony. If you're a golfer or no one, Scony is the place for premium golf shoes. Seriously stylish, but also built for performance on the course.
They look amazing. Check them out at scony.com. That's SKONI.com. And just like with Old Glory, use the promo code SNARFL at checkout for 15% off your entire purchase.
Scony.com, promo code SNARFL. Great shoes.
All right, so let's quickly recap the big threads from today.
Okay, story 1, the 8 Sleep Saga. A pretty stark warning about relying purely on the cloud for essential tech. Local control is absolutely necessary, right?
Absolutely. Then, story 2, Microsoft Copilot getting personal and social. AI is really shifting from just a tool to more of a partner, but thankfully with user control over that crucial memory aspect.
Yeah, that control piece is vital. And finally, IBM's Quantum Leap, running error correction on standard AMD chips and showing real-world results with HSBC. It just pulls quantum computing much closer to commercial reality, much faster than we thought.
3 fascinating stories showing how tech is evolving and where the points of control really matter.
Well put. Lots to think about.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.